Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Sick Podcast Talking Titans. We've seen some vets show up to camp over the last day or so. We got plenty to talk about there. Some rookies ready to show up as well. So let's get right into it. Sammy, start us up.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. Talking Titans.
With the first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
The sickest Tennessee Titans podcast. It's gonna be sick.
All right, we are back once again with another edition of the Sick Podcast Talking Titans. Joined as always by my counterpart, Jarett. Jarett, how are you doing today, my friend?
What's going on, buddy?
Not much. Like we said in the intro, we saw some vets show up to St. Thomas Sport Park yesterday. We should probably expect to see some rookies filter through in the next coming weeks. Things are getting rolling. Guys are starting to, bump shoulders in two-tone blue, and that's obviously a good thing. We know the season's going to be here sooner than we think, and it's awesome to start seeing some guys show up to the facility. I'm sure you agree.
Yeah, it's definitely good to see the two-tone blue, especially with the helmets. The guys, bumping. They were playing tug of war today. I'm more interested to see the rookie mini camp. We've seen it with the vets. They come in, they do their exercises. They got that camaraderie. I just want to see how the rookies come in first, have their own rookie display. See the glimpses of the 84, one throwing an 84 or one throwing a Restrepo or the new 17 now in DK. So that's just going to get us fans a taste of what training camp and the season's going, because right now we're getting into mid-May and that's OTA season almost. So I'm happy as a Titan fan right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty surreal when we see Cam step on the practice field for the first time, as every other quarterback before him we've been excited to see. That part of it, I'm not going to let myself get too overwhelmed by, because we've seen so many quarterbacks before him that are rookies show up to camp, start slinging it, look like the guy, the clips, he acts like the guy, and then, he doesn't become the guy. So
you can bring it up. You can bring it up what you said before yesterday or the other day. I had a laugh.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm going through our shorts because, we've been around for a lot longer than we think. Like, it's been almost, we've been together 2 years plus now. So I'm going through our shorts.
More than that. It's almost 4 years.
This one. Well, yeah, I'm talking more or less with this group. But, we had a short where you're going something along the lines of, getting a vibe like, with Levis, getting like a little Brady feel to it. And you see me put my hands over my head and I'm like, oh man, that was the kiss of death. And then, I've had my fair share of kisses of death. So that's why your reaction was the way it was. Like, me?
Yep.
But no, we don't want to get snake bitten again. It's just been so much misfortune and so much letdown and depression over the quarterback position in this football on this organization, and we don't want to have those woes anymore. And it's like, how much longer we got to wait? And everything looks like this is the one. And I don't need Tom Brady, man. You know what I mean? Give me Ben Roethlisberger. Give me who else could I ask for here? Brett Favre, give me John Elway. You know what I mean? Just give me somebody that's going to be on the team for 15 years that I can.
That's what we need, stability. That's what we want. Stability and consistency. Stability and consistency.
Yeah,
like I said, Cam Ward, all you hear about is with old coaches, head coaches, OCs. They all say he's in the film room, he's consistent. And we talked about last season, Will Levis may have the arm, he may have that sling. It's just here, man. It's be able to read defenses coming off of one receiver, going to the next, understanding, calling audibles, understanding the defense, understanding what the offensive line is doing. And to me, the last couple of quarterbacks, everybody can say what they want about Ryan Tannehill. Yeah, he choked. We're scarred for life with him. But he had a supporting cast around him that made him the player he was. I mean, hell, he had 40 touchdowns in 19? I mean, we were cruising. I mean, to have a quarterback play plus a 1A wide receiver and A.J. Brown and Corey Davis, I mean, we're somewhat at that point. I wouldn't say we have A.J. Brown on the roster right now, but if you're surrounding your player and your star player in Cam Ward, who presumably you think is going to be the starting quarterback, with Calvin Ridley, with Tyler Lockett, who's very reliable. You have Xavier Restrepo, who's the all-time leader in receptions and yards in Miami, and that's his favorite target, 69 receptions he had with Cam Ward. I mean, and now you have DK, and now you have Gunnar Helm, and then you have Chig. I mean, that's a recipe. If they all start clicking midway through this season, let's not jump to the gun and think we're going to go Washington or the Bengals right away.
Yeah.
I mean, if we get 9 wins and 10 wins is the ceiling, in my opinion.
Let's compete for the division. Let's just compete for the division.
For the division, and that next year, like I texted you guys in that group chat, or I tweeted it, whatever it was. That next year, that 26 season, I think we're going to have that Bengal-esque Super Bowl run. Is that we're going to get more players from free agency? You're going to get more players to build on the defense now, and that's going to be the sky's the limit. This is going to be the year that Cam Ward gets adjusted to the NFL, gets adjusted to Brian Callahan's system, and then it starts to take off.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a real gauge of how legitimate Cam Ward is pretty much by the production from Calvin Ridley. I really think that's going to be a huge tell. Calvin Ridley he's a damn good receiver in this league, and to put up the stats that he was able to put up with, Trevor Lawrence and then Will Levis and Mason Rudolph throwing to him, it's astonishing. When he had Matt Ryan throwing to him, right? He had Matt Ryan for a good chunk, didn't he?
Yep.
At least towards the end there. But I mean, whenever he's had decent quarterback play, he's been as good as they come. And obviously he's almost at his down peak rather than his up peak. But he's still got plenty left in the tank. And if Cam Ward can build a chemistry with him, you can see Calvin Ridley being a top 5 receiver in the league this year, depending on how much he gets the ball.
And let's not forget it either. Calvin Ridley is going to be Cam Ward's. Let me rephrase that. Cam Ward is going to be whatever it is. Calvin Ridley is going to be Cam Ward's best receiver because 0 Miami wide receivers got drafted this year. Xavier Restrepo got undrafted, and Arroyo, the tight end, is not a receiver. He's a tight end. He got drafted, but 0 Miami wide receivers got drafted this year. So instantly, Ridley becomes the best wide receiver Cam Ward's throwing to, and you have Mr. Reliable, like I said, in Tyler Lockett. So sky's the limit.
Yeah. No, I mean, they did a good job. They really did a good job trying to set this up for success. I think they probably had something better in mind originally for the Lockett, type player in the group. They probably had hopes for somebody a little bit better, but he certainly isn't a bad option as long as he can stay on the field. Hell of a route runner, great hands, dependable as all hell, great teammate, checks every box, obviously besides the age there. But like we said last week, these rookie receivers, they're going to be able to tip the scale one way or the other, right? They're going to either make this receiving core from average to great, or they're going to make this receiving core what looks like it could be average right now to horrendous and pitiful, assuming there's going to be some sort of, sore knee between Ridley and Lockett. You're not going to get both of them the entire year. I think that's a little bit crazy to think. So, it's going to be, if it's Restrepo that makes the team with DK and Ian Manners, I mean, one of them is going to have to be a 700-plus yard guy this year.
Absolutely.
Or it's going to be hard to really look at maybe 9, 10-plus win season this year if we're going to go shoot for the stars. So.
And Gunnar Helm had not 700 yards last year, so he is definitely capable of doing it in the NFL. Big body, 6'5", wide receiver, all the athleticism, red zone target. But I'm glad you brought that up. Now, before I go to my, I wouldn't say favorite, but I combed through the draft a little bit. I have a favorite player. I don't want to go obvious, choices. So, I looked at all of our things. But who are you looking forward to most besides Cam Ward going into the season, whether it be a rookie, a new addition? Who are you looking forward to seeing in this year?
It would probably be a tie between Helm and Io Manor. I'll probably give the nod to Io Manor because I think he has the biggest potential to really make a huge splash his rookie year. I think Hunter Helm's going to be really solid. I think Hunter Helm's going to make an impact year one, but I don't think they're going to look to Hunter Helm to be a showstopper type player that, we're looking to give the, 5 to 10 targets a week. Not yet, at least. I think he's going to be great in blocking. He's going to be a great guy to be dependent on in third and short downs. But I think Iron Man has a chance to really just shine in this offense tremendously. And I'm not saying DK can't, because DK got picked higher, but it's just everyone that I talk to, and I guess I could say trust, even though I don't know them, but everyone that speaks about these prospects are saying Iron Manor was like really a bona fide guy that was going to probably get starting a possibility, whatever team he went to in the draft, and nobody thought he would fall this far. So you watch his tape and it just jumps off the page. The guy can just catch everything that's contested, which is obviously something we could use as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see him play a lot, and that's going to that'll be my choice, would be Iron Manor.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see him right away as well. I mean, big body. Everyone's comparing him to AJ Brown. That's nonsense at this point.
Crazy.
But if it pans out to be that, I mean, we got a steal in the late round on that. But like I said, I don't want to go, sexy. I don't want to go, obvious, picks here. But just combing through it, Jackson Slater, Sacramento State offensive guard. He played 3,081 snaps in 44 games. He made 3 first-team All Big Sky selections and 1 first-team AP All-American honors. I mean, this kid, he was hampered with knee injury in the 2024 season. He started 9 games before he got hurt in 2024, had 0 sacks, 0 quarterback hurries. When I was pulling this kid up, so I started pulling everybody up in the draft class just to get more of a background on all of our prospects coming in. They said once he recovers from his knee injury, he's going to be a bona fide possible Pro Bowl guard in this league because he comes in, puts his head down, and works. All right.
I don't know why I got a flashback from that short that I showed you earlier.
I'm just saying what everybody else is saying. I'm just what his scouting report's been saying. They said he's an offensive coach's dream player because he just puts his head down and goes to work. He's a mauler, is what they're saying. So I'm really looking forward to him possibly taking maybe Kevin Zeitler's spot next year. 2025, 2026. So if he comes in healthy and just knows the system again, and is like a rotational, guard or a center, that's going to be a huge win for us, building that offensive line for years to come.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly could use some youth at that. Just any positional player on the offensive line. Youth's going to be great. We have Latham, we have Skaronski that we would assume are going to be here for the new stadium and beyond. So that's great to add another guard type player there to mold and to, ramp up into a much better player than he is now. It's great. It's great. It's great to have that available, players there. So we'll see. He's going to have a chance. And, I'd love to maybe get a chance to talk to him. We'll see if we can figure that out.
That would be awesome if we get a draft guy here.
Yeah, but why don't we move into a segment that I'll give you all the credit for starting, and I'm glad you did because it is a great one where we try to stump each other with past Titan players, and so we'll do some nice Titan name drops here. So I'm going to start this week. I took a solid 10 minutes coming up with this player.
Oh boy!
No, because I didn't want it to be
obvious.
Impossible. Yeah. I didn't want it to be impossible. Some of the names I was looking at, I'm like, I barely remember them. But I didn't want it to be like, Eddie George. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Sammy, let him have it. Who's this Titan?
Ooh. That is a good one. That's 17, right?
That is 17.
Is his last name Williams?
It is.
Ooh. I got 50-50 here. Man, you did get me on this, but I got Williams.
I mean, you got that's the toughest part. Usually, you got his last name.
Preston Williams?
Ooh. All right. Well, it's close. It's Damian Williams.
Ooh, Damian Williams. That was a USC guy, right?
I think he was.
Yes.
This isn't the picture. This is the best picture I've seen. If I've had this one, I would have showed it. But there are a lot of pictures where he looks just like Justin Hunter. So
yes.
When I had to do a double take because he looked a lot like him in some pictures. But yeah, no, Damian Williams.
He got me on it.
Yeah, no, he played. I think he probably played about 40 games for us. So he had a good amount, maybe almost 3 years or so. So All right, Jarrett. Let's see. I'm probably not going to get this. We'll give it a shot.
Not this one. I mean, it's on the offensive side of the ball. Sammy, throw this one up. Offensive side of the ball. Don't get it twisted with Samari Roll.
No, I know that's not Samari Roll.
Out of Michigan State, 2009 draft.
See, last time I asked you for the initials and I got it. I don't want to go that route yet.
I'll give you I'll give you the last name or the first name you want first.
The last name that's giving it away.
No, I'll give you the first name. It starts with a J. The first name.
No. Give me the initials. Give me the initials.
JR.
Give me the initials.
JR.
2009. How many fucking games did he play? Did he play more than 5 games for the Titans?
He's played 37 games. 37 games.
Well, that's a.
And he was supposed to be. Yeah.
Was it? Nah, I don't know.
I'm gonna get screwed next week. I can't wait for yours next week. That is Javon Ringer.
That's Javon Ringer?
Yep. That's one of the best pitchers. I can get him standing up straight because he doesn't look anything like himself holding the ball, carrying.
That looks not. Listen, I know Javon. I would. That doesn't look like him, or I would have gotten it. He was one of the people that I looked into. I mean, he looks
when he came out, we thought
he
was going to be a feature back a little bit.
No, I remember Javon Ringer for sure. I don't know. I just didn't look at. I couldn't even put that one together. Like, yeah, no, of course, yeah, Michigan State. Yeah, he was okay. He was decent. I'm gonna give you like the fucking hardest. No, I'm just gonna
give it to me.
That was a good one, Javon. No, Javon Ringer was. That's not an impossible one. I should have gotten that one. I just didn't. That picture didn't look like him. But anyway, that's a great segment. I want to do that a lot more. Hopefully, if Vin ever returns to the show when I'm on, we'll get him to do that as well. We're working on that. We've been in contact with his agent. A little negotiation we got to do, but no. But what else would we say we're going to touch on today, Jarrett? I'm drawing a blank. I know there was something I missed.
Just we got rookies coming in next week, and looking forward to that. Like I said, I want to see how like the Gunnar Helm and DK. Like everyone's going to Iron Manor, right? And everyone's going to Gunnar Helm because those are the names, the high praise names. But no one's really talking about DK. He's flashy. He's a slot receiver who we desperately needed for I don't know how many years. We tried it with Adam Humphries. We tried it with so many other people. We never had one before. Now if he comes into this role, like I said, anything now, knock on wood, anything now with a competent quarterback, the sky's the limit. And you're going to hear a lot from me saying the sky's the limit because exactly when he feeds in, when he sees and reads defenses and gives it one of these, and DK can get open on a slant because he's got one-on-one with a linebacker, by all means, give him the ball in space. Like, remember what A.J. Brown and Corey Davis, when Ryan Tannehill looked like Tom Brady, they would go with the deep crossers and he would just chuck it to them and they would just run for yak. That's what this offense desperately needs after we traded away A.J. Brown. We haven't had it because the quarterback play has been subpar. It's just how many times have we seen Will Levis just go out there, throw a hitch, and they get tackled? We haven't had that long. We had a bomb, but we never had a wide receiver catch it and run for 50 yards, 25 yards. It's just, dink and dunks down the field, and it's getting
I think here's a perfect analogy. If Julian Edelman was drafted by the Houston Texans 25 years ago, okay, nobody would ever know his name. He probably wouldn't even get a second contract, okay? Mm-hmm. You need to have elite that's why it's the most important position in the sport. That's why sometimes when all-time great receivers, tight ends, running backs, etc., go to teams and get overpaid by teams, it still doesn't work out. Why? Because nothing matters unless you have the quarterback. The quarterback makes the great elite. The quarterbacks make the elite Hall of Famers for the most part. And they can also make great out of average, all these guys are of the 1 percentile athletes. If you get the ball in between their hands, they're likely going to catch it. If you get them open in space, if you can throw them open in space, most of them can run faster than the average human being. Obviously, you're going against other freaks, but my point is the quarterback brings the best out of everyone. Restrepo could turn into a freaking Julian Edelman. DK can become a Deshaun Watson type player. Iomanner can become an A.J. Brown type player. If they have a quarterback, they can put the ball in the breadbasket, make over-the-shoulder throws, things like that. And if this kid can, which obviously we sure as well hope he can, where we took him, then everything's going to be great, And all these picks are all these offensive Gunnar Helm. Who's going to look like fucking Tony G if Cam Ward can just find him in the end zone open, right?
I'm sure
If he puts it where it needs to be, most athletes are going to catch it. And then before you know it, he could be a damn Pro Bowler. So, I mean, it's like, obviously I'm talking out of my ass here, but the best quarterbacks on the planet, they get everyone paid. Everyone paid. So it's like they even get offensive linemen paid that don't deserve it because if they're good on their feet and they can evade pressure, we're a stat-based league, Obviously, they calculate pressures too, but allowing sacks is a big deal to a lot of people. So it's Cam time, and that's it. All the way around, from front to back, sideways, whatever way you slice it. It's going to be all about number one.
Put that on a shirt and trademark it. It's Cam time.
Yeah, it's Cam time. But, it's exciting. Obviously, guys, we'll have much more stuff to cover over the coming weeks with the rookies coming into camp soon. Can't wait for the first time we see Mr. Ward in blue. It'll be very surreal for all of us. We'll have plenty to dissect. We'll get like a 5-second throw to watch 150 times, and it's going to be great. It's going to be week 1 before we know it, and we're going to be happy to have you there with us the whole way. So as always, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Anything you guys think about what we have to say, we want to hear it. Everyone's opinion is valued here. So share with us your thoughts, and we're going to keep on moving. So hope everyone has a tremendous rest of their week. We'll catch you very soon, and that's going to do it. Tighten up. Sammy, you can send us out.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Talking Titans on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.